everyone, this video is about how to summarize or how to write or create a summary. So let's begin. What is a summary? A summary tells what a text is about. It is short, accurate, which means true, and written in your own words. So let's dive into this a little more. How do you write a summary? First, you read a text. So a text is anything that is writing. So a magazine article, a news article, part of a book. You read first. Then you ask questions about the text, what you just read. What is the topic? What is the most important thing the text tells me about the topic? And what are some of the important details? After you think about those things, you put the information in your own words. Okay. This is an acronym. RAP spells rap, like the music. So, how do you write a summary? You rap. You read, ask questions, and then put the information in your own words. Let's look at what a summary is not so that we can understand. A summary is not your opinion. A summary tells the author's, the writer's ideas from the text. It does not include what you think about them. Okay? So, in a summary is not the place to say what you think. A summary is also not copied from the text. You can pick a vocabulary word that you might want to use that's important to explaining what the story was about, but you should not be copying sentences from the text that you read. A summary is written in your words, and that's how you show that you read and understood the text. And finally, a summary is not a long retelling. You are not including every single detail of the text to tell the whole story again. You are giving a shorter version and you are including only the most important ideas from the text. I ask my students, if you read something that I did not, but you want to tell me about it, what would you share with me about the reading? What would be most important or the biggest ideas for me to know and understand? That's a summary. So, if you are going to write a summary, here are some steps. Number one, think about what you read in the text. What were the big ideas? Then, ask these questions specifically to help you think about the reading. Who was it about? What happened? Where did it happen? When did it happen? Why did it happen? And how did it happen? In English, we call these questions the 5 W's because they all start with the letter W. Who, what, where, when, why, and one H, how. So, who was it about tells us the people in the story or the characters. What happened gives us the big details, big events. Where did it happen tells us the location. When did it happen tells us the time. Why did it happen gives us additional information. Because anytime we answer why, we use the word because. So it explains more. And if it's applicable, if it goes with your story, how did it happen? What events led up to something occurring? Then once you have all those answers and ideas in your head, you write down in your words, in your explanation, what happened in the story. That is how you make a summary. I am working on this with my students, and we are writing summaries first because it gives you more time to think and translate and work in English in your mind. But we also summarize orally, which means when we listen to something, even someone speaking, we can summarize what someone said. So that is another skill that we will continue to work on. So you can summarize in writing and in speech. Thanks for watching my video.